Hello, everyone. I wanted to take a brief few minutes to walk you through the process of sending an audio message in iOS 16. I have my iPhone 13 mini here that is running iOS 16, and there have been some changes in the way that you send audio messages. Now, before I get into this demonstration, I would like to point out two things. Number one, you can send an audio message by using Siri, simply by saying the trigger phrase and requesting to send an audio message to a user. Now to get to the demonstration of how to do this in a more manual way, if you don't want to say out loud to Siri, do this for me. So what you can do is pre-iOS 16, you would be in a message thread with someone that was sending a iMessage and you wanted to send the audio message. You could simply go down to where the send button appears if there is text in the edit field.
Dictate button.
And you will be able to double tap and hold or lock the button by double tapping, holding, and swiping up slightly and send an audio message that way. Record your audio message and then send it. However, in iOS 16, this button just says dictate, and this starts the normal dictation that we're used to. For VoiceOver users, we also use two-finger double tap when the keyboard is up to trigger dictation mode. So, how do I send an audio message in iOS 16? Well, I discovered how to do this a few days ago, and I wanted to record a quick video showing you. So first thing you have to do is, and I'm going to start at this dictate button, and I'm going to flick left.
iMessage, message, iMessage, text field, apps button.
And now I'm on the apps button. I'm going to double tap so that the messaging apps appear.
Apps.
And then I'm going to explore by touch, but you can also flick if you're a VoiceOver user to get back to
apps, photos,
where
button.
I'm going, which is at the very bottom of the screen, unless your keyboard is visible. If the keyboard is actually visible during this process, this will appear above the suggestions on your keyboard. And then I'm just going to flick right to audio.
Store button, audio button.
And there's the audio button. Now, if I double tap,
Message, iMessage, text field.
It moves my focus back to the edit field. But now on the bottom of the screen, if you've used messaging apps at all since their existence, I think since iOS 11 maybe.
Record.
Especially if you've sent like Apple Pay through messages or anything like that, you'll be somewhat familiar with this interface. So what has happened is that on the bottom of the screen, a little popover has come up. Well, not actually a popover, just a little expansion has come up for the audio message.
Record.
And I put my finger right on the record button. Again, you can also flick to get here. And if I double tap, I am now sending an audio message, or at least I'm recording an audio message. It remains to be seen if I actually send it. Now I'm going to place my finger on the screen.
Stop.
To get to stop, double tap.
Apps, audio button.
And that has now been stopped. It has moved my VoiceOver focus back to the audio button and the apps. You heard it say apps and then audio button. However, I'm going to touch at the bottom of the screen again.
Play.
There's a play button so that I can review the audio message that I sent or that I recorded. Recording an audio message. It remains to be seen if I actually sent it.
Pause. Expand. Pause.
Now I'm going to place my finger
Pause.
on the screen. I'm going to double tap pause because we don't need to hear everything that I just said again. And now I'm going to flick right.
Play. Expand. Play. Play.
Nope, that is not how you do this. I'm going to go up. You could flick to the left, but I'm going to
Apps,
explore
more,
by
button.
touch.
More button. Send button.
And locate the send button. And I'm going to double tap.
Button. Messages. Dictate button.
And that message has now been sent. You hear the button has now changed back to dictate. And to verify that this message was actually sent.
Messages. Your iMessage. Audio message. 1 minute and 51 seconds PM. 15 seconds. Button.
There's my audio message that I sent to myself. I did send this message to myself, from myself, inside of the Messages app, which is a great way to do a demonstration. So there we have it, the way to send an audio message manually in iOS 16. Whether you are or are not a VoiceOver user, these instructions will follow, will help. I would also like to add briefly, I said two things when I started this recording, and I neglected to tell you the second thing. Also, holding your phone up, if you're in an iMessage conversation, holding the phone up to your ear will also trigger recording an audio message, just as it worked pre-iOS 16. So that is also available as an option. Quick tip, you cannot use this feature in iOS 16 to send an audio message to a non-iMessage conversation. I thought maybe that might have been an enhancement there, but I attempted to send an audio message to an Android user and it would not allow me to do so. It does not even allow you to record the message. So there we go. Hope you find this helpful.